The issues surrounding the southern border of the United States, which meets Mexico, have been a point of contention between Democratic and Republican parties since the end of the Obama administration. And this is for three main reasons. Number one, there's a lot of gangs, drugs, and human trafficking going through the border. Number two, illegal immigrants that come here often take American taxpayers' jobs, and it can leave taxpayers out of jobs, and people who don't have to pay taxes because they're undocumented can take those jobs from them. Number three, the asylum lists are very, very backlogged right now, and it can often take years for people to be accepted or even denied asylum in America, which can end up ruining their lives completely. Presidential candidate Andrew Yang wanted to solve these issues, and rather than selling you some magical solution to all these problems like a lot of candidates want to do, he decided that he would be the linchpin moderate and take ideas from all ends of the political spectrum and make them a compromise to make the most powerful solution to this issue that America will see one day. Yang proposes two main solutions to counter this very, very pressing issue. He says, number one, we should increase funding to numerous sectors of border security. One of these should be landed ports of entry, which are very big vessels for drug passage through the border. And by funding these more, we'd be able to sense them and we'd be able to catch more people trying to get drugs into and out of America. Number two would be rebuilding the Rio Grande River, which is a natural boundary that could prevent a lot of people from coming into America. Number three would be funding the asylum court system. It would allow people to have their asylum cases decided quicker and more thoroughly because higher funding means more staff, and more staff means more people can get through more cases. And number four would be funding customs security, which would prevent human trafficking, one of the worst crimes in all of humanity right now. It's just disgusting, and customs need to be funded more so that numerous families in America don't face the horrors of human trafficking. Number two, Andrew Yang wants to help technology thrive at the border. He wants to create a hive of technology at the border to prevent the crossing of illegal immigrants into America. He wants to add aerial drones that can look down at night at any point in time, and they can check to make sure that there's nobody slipping through the cracks. He also wants to install video towers and body cams on all officers to make sure that there's no corruption, there's no going over anybody's head in the border security system. Our President Donald Trump has a different approach to the border crisis. He proposed during his campaign, and a lot of times through his presidency, to build a border wall spanning the entire stretch of the southern border to prevent illegal immigrants from coming into America. Now, this plan hasn't been carried out much yet. However, Trump does have plans to carry this entire border wall out to some extent at some point, and at least the spots that are thought to be the most insecure. Other than the border wall, Donald Trump has prevented a lot of illegal immigration in 2019. For example, in May of 2019, illegal immigration hit its peak, and in September of 2019, apprehensions at the border were down 60% according to the Whitehouse government papers. As well as this, Donald Trump has gotten Mexico and a lot of other countries such as Guatemala and Honduras involved in sending their own troops to the border to prevent them from getting into America from their side. And so they cooperated, not only being pressured but forced by the American government. The similarity between Andrew Yang and Donald Trump is very imminent. They both want to build up what's going on at the border. They want to make sure that it's more enforced. However, they do have very different approaches to it. What they do together is very effective, and they can both come to a solution, a compromise. And after Donald Trump's presidency, if Andrew Yang ever won, they could have made a very, very secure system at the border, and there would have never been problems with illegal immigration.